What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode number 432 of the Action Movie Guys podcast. I'm your host, Nate, and my co-host is
Alex Figueroa.
And on this episode, we are starting our Chuck Norris, I won't call it month anymore, Chuck Norris series, because we don't always do a whole month anymore. The Chuck Norris series, so this is paired with Riddick, and we're going to be doing 3 standalone Chuck Norris films, 3 of which I've never seen, and I think 2 you've never. I know you've seen 1 out of the 3. Okay, so these are mostly first-time watches, so this is going to be a fun time, let me tell you. This movie's from 1983. It's called Lone Wolf McQuade. This stars, of course, Chuck Norris, and that's it. A bunch of people I don't know.
Oh, no, David Carradine.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, that shows you a lot about this movie because I forgot David Carradine was even in this, and I just watched it yesterday. David Carradine as the villain. So we're going to be talking about it. 1983. Again, I already said, first time watching. Alex, with that said, since I don't have to ask you if you've seen this, have you ever heard of this movie before this?
I heard of other Chuck Norris movies. Yeah. I never heard of Lone Wolf McQuade, like, at all. And now it makes sense.
Me neither. I've never heard of this either.
It makes sense now for Expendables 2 when they were like, oh, he's the Lone Wolf.
Oh, I'm like, you know what? I didn't even put that together.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because remember they kept calling him Lone Wolf, and I'm like, but why they kept calling him Lone Wolf? And now is because he was Lone Wolf McQuade.
He does just kind of show up randomly in that movie too, like by himself. And do stuff.
So
that makes a lot of sense. This was pretty much like Walker Texas Ranger before Walker Texas Ranger, though. He plays a Texas Ranger. Yeah, but his name not Walker. His name McQuade. J.J. McQuade or something like that. Anyway, we're gonna talk about this movie. I'm actually looking forward to it. So we're gonna see how this goes out. First, let me give you some Rotten Tomatoes scores for this movie. This has a 57% critic score. 57. Roger Ebert gave it a positive review. And also, audience score 67%. So this has a 57 critics and a 67 audience. Do you find these numbers surprising or where you thought they might be?
I'm a little shocking. I'm a little shocked. But again, I mean, Pitch Black.
Nothing can shock us. Yeah, I feel like nothing can shock us too hard anymore. It would have to be like, think so. We watch a movie and feel like it's a masterpiece and it has a 25. Maybe that would shock us. Or we watch a movie that we think is the worst piece of garbage and it has a 99. That would be shocking. At this point, these people, you never know what's going to happen. Especially with a 1983 action film with Chuck Norris. I don't even know how to rank that. So, well, we're going to give our numbers, though, in a moment. Did we like it? Did we hate it? I have no idea. I have no idea how Alex feels about this. He has not gotten my review yet, so we're going to talk about it now. Let's start with our lead character, of course, Chuck Norris playing Chuck Norris, also playing the Lone Wolf McQuade, the Texas Ranger. Please take it away. What did you think?
This is so 80s. All right. First of all, I literally thought you chose a Western. This movie felt like I was watching
pretty much a Western.
It's very West. Like I thought I was watching a Clint Eastwood movie when it started.
Even with the music at the beginning, it's like a spaghetti Western
with the big wolf in the middle. He's still the wolf. Anyway, the character. Yeah, he's kind of badass. I'll say this, man. This dude got some flaws. And it's crazy. All he does is drink beer. This dude drinks beer. I mean, the car flips like 30,000 times and he cracks open a beer.
Buried under dirt and he cracks open a beer.
This movie is like sponsored by Coors because he's popping cans of Coors all over the place. So I was like, damn, very alcoholic character, but whatever. But never drunk, which is weird. Anyway, then I was very weird at the beginning when he meets his daughter, Sally, and she kisses him in the mouth. I thought that was his girlfriend, but I was like, wait a minute, this is his daughter. I was like, that's weird.
His ex-wife also still kisses him on the
lips. What the heck is going on? Then he meets the chick with no bra, right? In a horse thing. And then all of a sudden, he's banging the chick. I was like, yo, I don't understand it, but this dude is awesome in that sense. And I was just like, he's weird. But fighting wise, his house is a junk. It looks like Storage Wars. Like, it's just horrible. Dirty ass house. It's a dirty ass house. Yeah. Right? His patch of hair kept throwing me off the entire movie. Because my wife was like, why does he wear his shirts like open all the time?
Out all movie.
Yeah. Hairy chest is out the whole time. Yes. Always sweaty. He has a partner that's Indian, but didn't want him. His Charger, his truck is always dirty with mud.
And it got like nitro boosters in it. For some unexplained reason.
Yeah, he has like, nitro.
All of a sudden, it's like freaking Dominic Toretto. He's got a turbo.
Yeah, so like, I don't know. This character's pretty weird. It's a very weird. I gave him a 3 because I thought he was. I don't think he was great or he wasn't even a perfect character. I just think for this movie, he's good. Typical. I mean, this is a typical 80s, like, you always say, you just take his name and you just go template. You just throw him out. If it's not a painkiller for the characters, he's an alcoholic. And this is like a perfect example. When the girl is cleaning his house and he gets mad and he grabs all the Coors from the garbage and he's popping them open. Yeah. He throws out all the vegetables. Yeah.
What's wrong?
What is wrong with this guy? He threw out all the vegetables.
Yeah.
And he took out the Coors out the garbage and opened it. He was like, "This is all hot.
This is my food.
This is my food.
I eat beer for breakfast, lunch, and dinner."
Yeah. So anyway, I gave it a 3.
That part reminds me too, the thing with the beer where where they're at that event and he goes like, "Do you have this kind of beer?" And the guy's like, "No, oh guys, Bud Light, Dos Equis, and something else." And then the lady he says no, he doesn't want any of those. And then the lady comes over and she's like, "Bottom shelf." And then all of a sudden they got the beer he likes. Crack it open. Like, what the heck? Yeah, you know what? You said a lot there, and I agree with everything you said, except I gave him a 2. I don't like it. I'm like, this is so... What is this guy? Okay, first of all, it must be said, this movie is called Lone Wolf McQuade. He has a partner in every single part of the whole movie, except the very first scene. the opening scene, he's up on like a hill, and there's like these Mexican, like, this is a Western. First of all, this is a Western in modern times. It is. It's in El Paso, Texas. It's all dusty. It's got like people with cowboy hats. You got the Mexicans and the white people. Like, it's like, you can't even make this up. It's a Western, which is fine. Not a problem for me. And the music is very spaghetti Western. The composer's an Italian guy, so it's not very surprising. He's on the hill, and then the Mexican bandits are like trying to steal horses in 1983. I guess they're doing like these old Western crimes, and they take the sheriffs are there. He ends up saving them. One of them gets shot. That one guy, he just goes, he shoots him. He ends up saving them, and then he gets in trouble. He gets in trouble for this because he's a lone wolf. You need a partner. You got to work with us. All this stuff, right? So then he gets a partner. The partner was okay. He was whatever. KO something, Torres or something. I don't know. I think it's Mexican or something. Then later, he gets in trouble. He gets indicted, first of all, on charges from like the FBI. And then they still work with him anyway. They're like, okay, you know what? You're suspended. Don't worry about it. We're going to take you in this helicopter and do all this, like, do missions with the black guy. So he's not really a lone wolf. He got partners the whole entire rest of the movie. So misleading name. Other than that, you're right. I mean, this is about as 80s macho movie factory as you could get. This is like on the production line of 80. It checks every single box. Guy who has a hairy chest. Guy drinks beer all the time. Has a fast car. Has a daughter he must avenge. Has an ex-wife he still kisses on the lips. Meets a lady, instantly they're banging. He doesn't even have to talk. They don't even have like conversations that she would be like, "Oh, you're very interesting." Nope. Banging. Chest hair. Doesn't matter. Sweaty. Does karate, kind of, but also shoots a ton of guns. I gave him a 2. I think it's too 80s for me. And, you know, we've talked about this a little bit. I like 90s action better than 80s action. This movie is kind of an example of why for me. You know what I mean? Like, as far as just take the most basic premise of an 80s and a 90s, and I will take the 90s one because this one is just it's too much. And it's funny, we laugh because there's some entertainment value with it sure. But it's like, stupid. This is so stupid. When he drives that car, I'll do it now. I don't have to save for action. When he's buried in the dirt, he's drinking, and then he turns on his nitro boosters, and all of a sudden he could drive out of it. I'm like, oh my Lord, I'm about to I'm about to turn this off, but I have to review it. So I finished it, but he's like, he's drunk. He drives 10,000 pounds of dirt. Doesn't matter. His car his wheels should be locked. You should not be able to. I gave him a 2. You gave him a 3. All right, our main villain now. This one was weird because David Carradine plays Raleigh Wilkes. He's the villain. But there's also that little munchkin on the, on the scooter. Who, by the way, he's a bad guy, but then he never appears after that. He drives into the wall and spins. He has a golden gun. He's like a little James Bond villain, but little. Anyway, Raleigh Wilkes ends up being the main antagonist. David Carradine, what did you think?
You said it the best. These two buffoons are Bond villains, like at the worst. The
Roger Moore Bond villains.
Very Roger Moore Bond villains. And David Carradine's character stinks. Like, first of all, he goes, I'm going to do a demonstration of karate in front of everyone. And he's literally just beating the shit out of the other guy. Like literally, like not even doing a fight. He's literally just beating the guy's ass and everyone's clapping. Then I thought that was funny. Then they get into a brawl, right? And then Chuck Norris tells the guy, hold my beer, which I thought that was so funny because he cracked it open and he said, hold it, right? He jumps into the fight and he goes, you want to fight? And then the guy goes, then Chuck Norris goes, might as well.
What dialogue?
What dialogue? I was like, what? And then the girl's like, stop it. Stop all this karate. I don't know. I just feel like
stop all this karate.
Like the funny thing, these villains were not like memorable. They were more comical than memorable. Like even when when they shot their Uzis like shot 50 calibers. Like they was just like hard hitting. Every gun they shot was like so big and grand. Yeah. Very like again, it's like when they went into they busted into the room and they killed his partner, Dakota or whatever, the guy who retired.
Yeah.
He shot him with the Uzi. Like they lit his ass up. So like you had all that stuff. And like again, David, I don't know the plot. Like, I was so confused with this movie. I'm like, we have the midget in the seat. He goes, hey, I'll help you. If you tell me. Like, it's a weird movie because it was mixed with Western. Like, the beginning of it, you said it the best. The beginning was straight Western.
Yeah.
He's sniping dudes from a distance, and then he comes down, and then he fights them all. And then with this one clip, he destroyed everybody. And I was like, oh my God. Then it goes straight into a modern action movie with like armored, like arms deals.
They're stealing weapons from the military and then selling them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's told, you could have told that in a simpler way than what we got in this movie. You could have told that shit in a simpler way, but we got this drawn out version of this villain, and I didn't like it. I gave him a 2. Okay. I gave him a 2 because honestly, like 1 point for the midget and 1 point for David Cassidy.
I gave it the same score. I gave it a 2. The only thing that kept it from being a 1 for me was that they made me laugh, and that David, they fight at the end. They square up. They have a karate fight. And then, of course, it devolves into not that. And then the freaking Lone Wolf McQuade throws one grenade and blows up that whole house. Okay, let me explain for the people at home. Maybe they've never seen this movie like us. And, we do full spoilers here, whatever. These movies are old, first of all. This movie's 42 years old. They're fighting in a jungle somewhere. I don't even remember where they are, but it looks like a Vietnam movie. So They start in Texas. I know that. And that looks like Texas. That's cool. They shoot in El Paso. It looks cool. I do like seeing when they shoot on location in old movies so you can see how it used to look, So that was cool. Then they go, him and the FBI guy and his partner, they go to somewhere. It looks like Vietnam. It's not, but that's what it looks like. You got all the people, all the workers moving boxes, like typical of this kind of movie. They're picking up boxes. They're moving stuff around. Hey, shooting guns. Everybody's shooting everybody. His partner throws a grenade without pulling the pin like an idiot. He's like, oh, I know I did something wrong. And he has another one. He throws up, blows it up. Okay, these two get into a fight. David Carradine's character and Chuck Norris. They fight. It's whatever. It's not that good. It's not. Especially for two guys who did martial. Chuck Norris is like a karate master, literally, in tournaments. And David Carradine studied karate, martial arts as well. That should have been better than what it was. It's not. And we'll get to the action in a little bit. But then David Carradine's character literally goes away, gets a gun. He's shooting. This is the funny. Alex, I already laughed so many times in this movie. This was the biggest laugh for me. He's shooting the gun, the Uzi. Chuck Norris is literally going like this. He's like running. He's just moving side to side, like he's dodging the bullets. He's going like this. He just freaking Tom Brady's a grenade over at him. Derek Henry goes, sees it. He goes back in the house. The whole house explodes. The whole thing explodes. And I was like, oh my God, is this movie over yet? And then the little munchkin guy, like, I don't know what I still am confused. You're right. This storyline, we'll get there, but I don't know what he was doing. I know he knows stuff. I thought he was like in charge and then everyone else was working for him, but maybe not, because they never, after he drives in that wall, you never see him again. that wall flips around and he just went to hell. I don't know where he went. He disappeared off the earth. He went through a portal. He's like, he literally goes, bloop, crashes into the wall and turns around. Also, he pulls that gun, the golden gun. He's like, pulls it on him, and then Chuck Norris pulls out his gun. He's like, mine is loaded. I'm like, oh my God, get him out of here. All right, I'm going to give him a 2 as well. You gave him a 2, I gave him a 2. All right, let's get to the action. I mean, that's what people are here for.
I'm not going to lie. The action was entertaining. It was funny as fuck, but it was entertaining. It was mad funny. I gave it a 3 because honestly, it had a lot of action. Not as good action, but it had a lot. You had car chases. There was one thing you said that was so true. This dude's in El Paso, Texas. He hits his nitro and he ends up on the I-95 highway. And I was like, wait, where the hell are these highways from? Like when his daughter went down the mountain, all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute. He hit the nitro and went from like dusty old like Western. And then all of a sudden he ended up on an actual modern highway. And I was just Dallas. Like, yeah. So I was just a little weirded off with it. I was like, oh, that's so weird. But yeah, it's the thing is the action sequences are fun in a sense, but it's hard to say this, but I'm going to say it. Chuck Norris in this movie is not a good action star. Like, I know we know him as a big action. He does Delta Force Mission in action 1 through 10, like all this stuff, right? Scorch Earth, whatever he did. But this movie alone, he's not good as an action, like at all. Like he does the kicks he does. Remember when he was going into the factory and he goes, oh, I like your style. And then he goes up the stairs and all of a sudden the guy just miraculously comes with a bat. He ducks, he kicks him. Then he does all these kicks and then he punches him. And I'm like, but you didn't need to do all that. Like, why? And again, and then they go into the room. Literally, they're 2 feet against the other guys and they all miss shooting each other. And I was just like, this reminded me of a scene of A Naked Gun. Remember when they're shooting over the barrel? And I was just like, you guys can't hit each other with this? So I was very torn with this movie because you're right. There's a lot of stuff that is very funny. The David Cassidy's character dying was horrible. These guys were surrounded by crates of weapons and they decided not to open them at all to use the stuff.
Sell them.
They were like, we're not touching this stuff. They were like, we're not. So again, I just felt like like you had a lot of good action sequences, but at the end of the day, it's just poorly executed. But I'm going to give it for what we had here. Because even the beginning, I thought it was pretty cool with the Mexican guy taking the sheriff and he's shooting from a distance. I thought that was pretty cool. But other than that, it's just not memorable action sequences at all. So I gave it a 3. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that last thing you said. Like when the movie opened, I was like, oh, maybe this is going to be, pretty good. Because it's pretty, like, it's done. It's very serious, like, and I'm like, okay, cool. And he is like, I get it. Lone Wolf McQuade is by himself. Once after that scene, it all goes downhill for me. Like it becomes comical. Like this movie is so cheesy. It is like, dang, what happened to that beginning part that was like kind of cool? You're right. I gave it a 3 because there's a ton of action, but it's so basic. It is so, the fighting is not good. I agree with you 1,000,000%. Like, I thought this dude was like a master karate guy. He's like, he's doing like old man fighting, even though he was not that old yet. You know what I mean? Like, he was fighting how I would expect, like, he was fighting like how Roger Moore fought in like the Bond movies. Like, okay, that guy's older. He's not going to be karate chop. He may as well have said that. He might as well go karate every time he hit somebody. It would have fit right in. There's plenty of guns, plenty of shooting, but I don't love shooting unless it's done in a very creative way. It's not that. It's just like point and shoot. And they miss a lot. You're right. Everyone misses. Dude's like on a big machine gun. He's not even killing anybody. And then this suffers from the Rambo 3. I call it the Rambo 3, where there's like 2 guys versus 1,000,000. And the 2 guys win. 3 guys, but even him, like the other guy gets injured, but he lives. The partner and Chuck Norris versus hundreds of guys surrounded by guns. Can't beat them. They can't beat these 3 guys. So we need to just send these guys into all the wars. They'll finish it like no problem. They'll just beat everybody. I don't love that. But that being said, there's so much. I'm going to give it the 3. I feel like the 3 is the safe bet on. There's a ton of action, but it's all standard. You know, I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's standard. There's a couple cool explosions in this. I like that. You know, that's one thing I do like about older movies all the way up until like the 2000s where everything became CGI. I love actual explosions on screen when they blow stuff up. This has a couple, so that's fun. But other than that, it's not that great. Not memorable at all. Like I won't remember any of these in 6 months. I won't remember anything that happens in this movie. I'm telling you right now. All right, especially here. Let's talk about the storyline. What did you think of that?
I gave it a 2. I thought it was decent. Again, it's fluttered. It's just too. I did not know. I'm gonna be honest. Like within 5 minutes in the movie, I did not know what this movie was about. I felt like the theme, even the writers did not know what theme we were gonna go with, whether it was Western or was it gonna be a modern action. I felt like they tried to blend the two into one that didn't work well. I would have preferred this movie just like in the beginning if he was just a Texas Ranger in El Paso, Texas, and a gang comes through and he has to defend himself. I would have been like, that's cool, you know, a typical storyline, but something 80s version. But I just felt like this movie was just did not know his identity in terms of film. I guess that's the best way I can say it. Because, I mean, we've seen so many movies with arms deals of them stealing arms crates and all this, but told in an easier way than this movie. It was like, I mean, this movie was close to like 1 hour and 40 something minutes of just, 30 to 40 minutes of I did not know what the hell's going on. All I know is this guy was drinking beer, talking to the guy in the midget, banging the girl with the no bra in every scene. And I was just like, I didn't get it. Why did they kill the boyfriend that was an army guy in the, like, so much stuff. It was like so many whys, and then I just went, leave it and let's watch the movie and laugh. And that's what I did. And I just gave it a 2.
Okay. That was nice of you. I gave it a 1. It's horrible. I agree with you. I agree with all your sentiments, but I hated it more. So I gave it a 1. Listen, I don't, you know, when we do these reviews, just for the people at home, when we come here to record, this is the first time me and Alex talk about the movies. Usually I almost texted you and I was like, what? Because I didn't know if you had watched it yet. That's why I didn't. And I was like, I'm 40 minutes in and I have no idea what's going on in this movie. No, I had no clue. It is an hour and 40 minutes. You won't know what's going on for like an hour and 38 of them. I'm not even lying. Like, I still don't know what the midget guy was. I still don't know, like, how that other guy, like, they go to that fabric factory, which another hilarious scene. He's like, all right, hey, we could park over here. He just drives through the gate. And then they drive a car through the gate. And then this one black guy with a stick comes running at them from dumb far. Like he's going to, and right by the time he gets to them, he gets beat up by the partner. They go in there, they kidnap that guy with the crazy glasses with the crazy eyes. I still don't know how he knows anything he knows and why he knows it. They leave him with his old partner. They're cheating at cards. They're playing cards. He gives them information. How does he know? I don't know. The Munchkin gives them information. How? I don't know. David Carradine, all I know is they're selling stolen weapons. Literally, that's all I know. Other than that, everything that happens, I'm confused. You're right. The boyfriend thing, like, why? They just witnessed this deal randomly going down. They shoot him. He dies. The girl goes to the hospital. She gets out of the hospital and somehow immediately gets kidnapped. Immediately, she's kidnapped. And then she's kidnapped at the end. I'm like, oh, she didn't have like some kind of federal protection at this point. The FBI's there. You know they're there because they're talking with them. They're working with them. You know, this is our jurisdiction now. We're taking over. This is a federal investigation. All right, well then, why don't you protect the people that are like directly involved in it? Nope, doesn't matter. You're going to get kidnapped. I still don't know how the brawless lady is factored. Like she and David Carradine, what is their relationship? They're like, she's a widow of some guy. And then she's with him, but then she's also just banging Chuck Norris the whole movie. Like, I didn't know what was going on most of the time. And about halfway through, I said, I give up. I'm not going to try to. I'm just going to see what happens. Like you said, I'm just going to see what happens. At this point, I've given up on trying to like figure out the plot, and I'm just going to let this movie happen. And I did, and I hated this. It's a 1. It's really bad. Why? This should not be confusing. Right at the beginning, you said this is an arms movie. It could be done in a better way. Yes, every other one tells it in a way that's easier to understand than this gobbledygook. All right, so 2 for you, a 1 for me. Overall, what do you give this?
A 2.
80s classic. A 2.
It's a 2. It's decent, but I'm never returning at all watching this damn thing. And it's funny because like, yeah, we laughed or whatever, but it's just a mixed information movie. Like this is straight up like one of my dad's movies. Like he has a beer, sits down, and he's like, "This is a great movie." So Chuck Norris
Lone Wolf McQuade.
Yeah.
See a real man, Chuck Norris.
See a real man with a hairy chest beating on men. Yeah. No, but yeah, you're right. This is just it's not one of his best work. I will just say that for Chuck Norris. I know he has other stuff in his pipeline, but this is not one of them. So I give it a 2.
I would have to agree with that. I hated this movie. I gave it a 1. I gave some points where I could, but guess what? You hit the nail on the head. I will never in my life watch this movie again. There's no reason to. This could get a 4K deluxe box set that comes in Chuck Norris's head, and I will never watch it again. I will not put it on. I won't lie. I have this on Blu-ray. It came in like this little 3-pack, and the Blu-ray, like there's some shots that looked really good. So they gave it a good job. Also, I went to special features just to see like, is there like an interview with someone? Can I hear something? You know what the special feature was? Trailer. That's it. The trailer. So I don't even get any more information, and I'm not looking it up. I don't know what happened here. I think the movie's horrible. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. It's very much an early 80s. Like if you dig 80s, I would say early 80s because the later 80s it's different. Yeah. Early 80s action movies. If that's your cup of tea, check out Lone Wolf McQuade. It's not my cup of tea, I won't lie. So maybe I'm biased in that regard, but I hated it. So I gave it a 1. You gave it a 2. What's your total points?
It's a 12 out of a 25. Yeah, this is the lowest Chuck Norris movie we've done so far.
Yeah, I got a 9. So I'm in the single digits. It's been a while since I had to go there, but you know what? Sometimes it calls for it. So now I'm nervous about these other movies. Well, I'm not nervous about the next one, but I'm nervous about the other one because it also has a 3-word title. And it sounds like it could be some silly goose movie. I don't know. We'll see. But okay. Anyway, let's talk about what we got coming up next on the podcast. We will be continuing on with the Riddick franchise with Chronicles of Riddick. So we will be reviewing that. I know first time watch for you, not a first time watch for me. And then the next in the Chuck Norris series is a first time watch for me and not for you. So we're reversing, and it will be The Delta Force. So a movie that I've heard of forever as an action fan, but again, I don't dive too much into like early to mid 80s action. It's not my cup of tea, but this one I've heard good things, and I am looking forward to I'm looking forward to watching. So that's what we got coming up next.
That one has a serious plot. And
yeah, it looks better.
And I will say this: the plot of the film very relatable.
And Lee Marvin is in it, so it can't be as bad. He's a good actor.
But other than that, guys, you guys want to follow us in our social media accounts, please follow Nate over on Instagram at Netflix Reviews. Check out the podcast with him and his friends called Netflix Movie Reviews. Anything Action Movie Guys, head over to youtube.com/Action Movie Guys. Subscribe, hit the like buttons on your favorite episodes. And of course, you can take us on the go with the Action Movie Guys podcast, available on all podcast platform. And of course, you could also follow us on Instagram and TikTok under Geeks, the letter N, Flicks. Other than that, he is your host,
Nate from Netflix Reviews.
I'm his co-host, Alex Figueroa. Be awesome to each other and geek out.